just a celebration, it is a call to action. In the spirit of our Founders Day celebration, we reflect on the vision and foresight of those who laid the foundation for this institution. Their commitment to excellence, education, and service has paved the way for the remarkable strides we continue to make. Let us honor their legacy by embracing the challenges of our time with the name, courage, determination, and innovation. To the leadership and members of the UNIMED Center for Entrepreneurial Development and Innovation, we thank you for organizing this event. To our students, I encourage you to dream big, think boldly, and embrace the responsibility that comes with knowledge. You are the future leaders, scientists, and change makers who will drive Nigeria's progress. Seize this opportunity that come your way and use them to make a positive impact on the world. To our faculty, I extend my deepest gratitude for your tireless efforts in shaping the minds of the next generation. Your dedication to education, research, and mentorship is the backbone of our institution's success. As we embark on this journey of exploration and innovation, let us remember that the path to a sustainable and prosperous future is paved with creativity, collaboration, and relentless pursuit of knowledge. Together, let us unleash the future through our creative ideas and ingenuity, confronting to the sustainable development of Nigeria and beyond. That is the speech of our Vice Chancellor, Professor Adesegun Olaiwola Fatusi. Once again, on behalf of the VC and his management team, I congratulate the director of this institute, and I welcome all of us, all the students, all the faculty members here present. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
A better round of applause for the Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much, sir. May I, at this point, sir, invite the member of the Institute, Dr. Fatusi, to step forward and take the citation of the keynote speaker for today in person of Professor T.M. Obamoyi. A round of applause for him.
Thank you, sir. Professor Tomola Marshal Obamoyi. Our professor holds several degrees. First and foremost, the Bachelor of Science degree, BSc Honors, from our old Ondo State University, Ado-Ekiti, now EXU, no longer Ondo State University. That was in 1990. He also holds a master's degree in MSc in Finance of the University of Lagos in 1998. Most of you here were not born. Yes, Master also of Business Administration, MBA, and also PhD in Management Sciences from the Federal University Akure, Federal University of Technology Akure in 1999. That's some 24 years ago. And also 2005 respectively. He has also obtained a certificate in financial technology. That is what they call fintech, from the New York University Stern School of Business in the year 2019. That's about 4 years ago. He is a member of many professional organizations, including the Nigerian Institute of Management, chartered member, Institute of Marketing of Nigeria in chartered capacity, also a member of the Association of Management, chartered, Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, chartered, also Association of Entrepreneurship. Hear that pronunciation, entrepreneurship. A member of the Association of Entrepreneurship Scholars, Association of Capital Market Academy of Nigeria, among several others. He is the Secretary General of the Association of Entrepreneurship Scholars. I thought you would clap for the large number of qualifications. He previously worked with the Ondo State University at Do-Ekiti, now Ekiti State. And beyond that, Adekunle Ajasi University, you know where that one is? Akungba Akoko, which was Ondo State University before. Ondo State, and was at different times the head, Department of Banking and Finance, and the Director, Linkages and International Programs Office of the Adekunle Ajasi University, Akungba Akoko. He rose through the ranks to become a professor on the 1st of October 2012, about 11 years ago. He joined the Federal University of Technology, Akure, what we know today as FUTA, as a professor on the 1st of April 2015. That's some 8 years ago. And beyond that, he was elected the first substantive dean of the School of Management Technology in 2015 to 2019. He was appointed the Director, University Advancement Center, in charge of fundraising, alumni relations, and partnership from 2019 to 2022, last year. Professor Obamuyi was involved in a number of projects that were well funded by many organizations, such as the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, United States Agency for International Development, International Fund for Agricultural Development, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, what we call TED Fund, and Ondo State Government, among others. He has served as chairman as well as member of program accreditation teams to various universities. He was supervisor for 24 postgraduate students, 24 postgraduate students. He was an external examiner for over 90 professional postgraduates on examinations. An external assessor for over 50 candidates on professorial cadre. That is, as a professor, he has also served as an assessor to see whether about 50 other candidates actually qualified to become professors. Yes, the Network for Innovation in Africa, and African Quality Assurance Network. Also, as a certified accreditor for program and institutional accreditations. Beyond this, Professor Obamuyi's research activities have richly produced over 90 publications, in national and international journals, books, and conference proceedings. That's a large chunk. He has traveled extensively to attend and present papers in many international conferences in many countries, including Finland, United Kingdom, Canada, Sweden, Ireland, Ghana, Zambia, Uganda, Ethiopia, India, United States of America, and many others. He bagged the prestigious award of the Best Professor of Banking and Finance in Africa in the year 2015. This was conferred on him by the Africa Education Leadership Awards in Mauritius. Mauritius is a country in North Africa, Northeast Africa. Now, he delivered the 99th inaugural lecture of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Nigeria, which was titled Finance, Entrepreneurship, and Institutions, the Triple Helix for Nigeria's economic growth. On the 12th of June 2018, that's about 5 years ago plus, 5.5 years ago, his inaugural lecture, the one that seeks to celebrate his coming to office as a professor. In the last 3 months, he has added several other things, like keynote addresses, like this one that he has come to deliver here, so lectures at the University of Ibadan. Also, Benue State, beyond Benue State University, Makurdi, Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, among several others. The colossus of a man standing before you, an academic par excellence, is not just by himself. He's a married man with many children, with the blessing of God. So, I present to you Professor Obamuyi. Pray or something. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. The media, can you help me project the... Can you make it full? Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the Dean School of Public Health, Professor Wasiu Adepimpe, the Director of the Center, Professor Wolawi, the Deputy Director, other members of the Institute. Let me also recognize the presence of Professor Ashekunwo. We used to be together in FUTA until he retired. So, Prof, it's nice seeing you here again. Thank you. Let me also
appreciate Dr. Fatusi for the wonderful and brilliant outing. We want to thank you, sir. But let me also recognize the presence of one of my air students. I was told is the leader of the Senate team, Busayo Obagua. She was my undergraduate student as well as postgraduate students in my former university. So Busayo, it's nice meeting you here again. I recognize the presence of all the students of the university. All of you are looking good. It's an indication that you are not affected by the problem of the economy. So I love that. The university is creatively taking care of you all. Wonderful. So give yourself a round of applause for being here. Yeah, the topic, as you can see, is unleashing the future through creative ideas and ingenuity for sustainable development in Nigeria. We'll take time to quickly run through the outlines. We'll look at Nigerian economic situation because it is when you know where you are that you know where you are going. So if you are going to be creative in Nigeria, we must know where we are so that we know where we are going and how to reach there. We'll look at some of the individuals who have used their creative ideas to develop their environment, and we also see how this can contribute to sustainable development. Definitionally, what do we mean by creativity? What do we mean by ingenuity? And what do we mean by sustainable development? We'll go through the normal definitions. We say creativity is the ability to generate new ideas. Ability to generate new ideas. As you are sitting down here, a lot of ideas are running in your mind. But the problem we have most of the time, we ignore those ideas. So you are creative in as much as you can generate new ideas within your mind. So, we also say it's the ability to discover new ways of addressing problems or opportunities. In other words, creativity is associated with imagination. Just imagine. Look at what Blake said. He said, what is now proved was once highly imagined. This phone was once highly what? Imagined. I'm sure when Professor Owolabi was growing up, he will never assume that there will be something like this. What he was used to then, I can't know how to describe the type of phone he was used to. But he never imagined it. That is creativity. But we can move from creativity to ingenuity. So ingenuity is about taking those ideas that have generated, and making them a reality. Ingenuity allows us to take our creativity and turn it to something we can use in the world. In the sciences, most of the time we talk of ingenuity. In social and management sciences, most of the time we talk of innovation. So, but sustainability or sustainable development, generally we say development which meets the needs of the present without compromising the future generation to meet their needs. What are we saying? When there's development now, you must not use your development now to consume our future. So when your development now will consume future, that is not sustainable. Sustainable development means that your present development must not be used to deny those future generations their own opportunity. Now, having said this, let us look at creativity, ingenuity, and the global challenges. You are aware that, talking of sustainability, the UN development goals, we have 17 of them. And the summary of it is that by 2030, we want to end poverty all over the world. By 2030, we want to make sure there's no poverty. By 2030, we want to make sure that there's peace and prosperity. So, we have development goals 1 to 17. I recognize the presence of Professor Duilemi, who were together in Akumba in those days. So, Sustainable Development Goals, 17 of them, means that by 2030, everything will be available. There will not be hunger, there will not be poverty, there will be peace, everything, clean water, sanitation, everything. Now, have a look at this. This is by 2030. Nigeria is part of that agreement. Let's look at the present. How is Nigeria faring? Let's look. Go one, no poverty. 63% of Nigeria in 2022 are people who are multidimensionally poor. And we are meeting no poverty by what? 2030. As at 2022, 63% of people living in Nigeria are multidimensionally poor. Again, as at 2023, 12% of the world population in extreme poverty live in Nigeria. Yet, we are meeting by 2030, there must not be what? Poverty in this country. Let's look at the second goal, zero hunger. By 2030, nobody must be hungry. But let's look at it. In 2023, with a score of 28.3 in the 2023 hunger index, Nigeria has a level of hunger that is considered to be serious. As at 2020, the level of hunger we have in Nigeria is serious. And how do we do it? If your rate is less than 9.9, you have low hunger. If it's between 10 and 19.9, we have moderate. But if it's between 20 and 34, Nigeria is 28.3, meaning that we have serious hunger in Nigeria. But by 2030, there must not be hunger in the land. Clean water. About 165 million Nigerians, representing 84% of the entire Nigerian population, currently need treatment for one or more type of neglected tropical disease. 84% of Nigerians need to be treated for this disease. Yet, if you look at it, these diseases are caused by lack of clean water and sanitation. So it means that by 2030, we must have clean water, and then we have 0% of Nigeria that has to be treated for this tropical disease. Let's look at decent work. By 2030, there must be decent work for all. If you graduate, as soon as you graduate, you'll be given work. When Professor Olabi and others graduated, we were begging them to stay, and we are providing car for them. Yes, they are not providing car for us now when we are graduating. So, but we are saying that by 2030, all of you that are graduating, you get job. Decent work, not just job. But what is the situation now? We know that about 600,000 graduates are produced annually from the university and polytechnic. Out of this, only 20% of them are gainfully employed. We also discovered that 60% of them earn less than 50,000 naira monthly at this fuel crisis. We also discovered that we have youth unemployment rate of 53.4. Yet by 2030, decent job must be available. So it means that we need to work very hard. Let's look at infrastructure. Nigeria was ranked 24 out of 54 countries in infrastructure. And Nigeria scored 23.73 points out of 100 points. Meaning that the World Bank expert says that it will take Nigeria 300 years. I don't know how many of us will remain. That it will take Nigeria 300 years to bridge from now, to bridge the gap, to bridge the infrastructural gap. Yes, by 2030, we are meeting infrastructure for all. Let's look at another one. Peace. Justice. By 2030, there must be justice. There must be peace in Nigeria. What is the present situation now? Nigeria ranked 8th among the top countries with the highest level of terrorism in the world. What of peace? The country was rated as the 20th least peaceful country. 20th least peaceful country out of 163 countries in the world, and 8th least peaceful country out of 44 countries in Africa. Yes. Yet, we are going to have peace by 2030. So, looking at all this, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. What we need is to be creative in our mind, to be creative in our thinking, and to be creative in our administration. If we can do that, we will meet this. But without that, it is difficult to meet these development goals. So, what is now happening? We are now having a situation we call Japaism. You understand it? What is Japa? Japa is a situation where Nigerians are exporting their skill. Sometimes they export themselves abroad because of the poor economic situation. Employment not there, the market woman, the petrol station, everywhere is chaotic. So this has led to Japaism, where people are running or exporting their skills. But we cannot continue like this. We need to be creative. We need to be creative in our thinking. And if we do that, so the question we now ask ourselves, are creativity and ingenuity the solution? Creativity and ingenuity equips us to adapt and to efficient new paradigms that respond to efficient evolving needs of the society. So if we are creative, we'll be able to think of a society that is just, a society that is ideal for us. What we just need to do is to be creative so that we'll have places like this, we have country like this, we have country like this, and then we can, all of us can remain here rather than jumping to the outside world. What are the foundations of creative behaviors? Let me quickly tell you, the journey starts from when you are teenagers. Journey to creativity and ingenuity commences in the formative years of childhood. Teenagers usually have the mental space to explore creativity. That's why most of the time when I sit down to watch television and our presence is not good, I will just go, Talo Ame, Talo, and you see one small girl or small boy will say, bring it, daddy, and they will start punching the thing. I say, okay, thank you. Because they are so creative. They are so creative. So teenagers usually have the mental space to explore creative fusion. But don't blame me. What I'm thinking is what is disturbing me. Because I need to think about the family. I have to think about the student, how to teach. I have to think about how to go to petrol station. So all those things does not allow me to be creative as much as those young ones who has nothing to what? To worry about. Like most of you here, you don't have much to worry about. Your funds are provided, your everything, even your clothes are provided, your transport are provided, and this university is also taking good care of you. So you don't need to think about creativity, but then you must be creative. So, allowing children the freedom to explore their innate ability foster a foundation for creative behaviors. This approach allows for the organic development of skills and capacity essential for creative behavior. For us as parents, rather than for us imposing strict guidelines, we should guide our students. We should encourage curiosity and self-expression. Most of the time when the children are doing something, we say, go, live there, live there. Now, I ask you, suppose your laptop that you have just bought for 1 million, you just left it on the table, and after coming back, you met a small boy who is creative, who is thinking of how to be creative, working on it. Look at this. You have scattered the laptop 500, your thesis is there. What will you do? The question that I think you should ask yourself is, this boy, does he think he wants to destroy it, or he wants to look at what is working there? His intention was not to destroy it. So, we are supposed to guide. Before you come back, the first chancellor is treating some names. Before he comes back from the restroom, the boy has written so many things on the paper. So, what will he do? This is your laptop. Somebody has helped you to creatively work on them. What will you do? So, the question, as I told you, is to ask whether this boy intentionally wanted to destroy this thing. No! We must guide them. Because at that stage, they are so creative. They are so creative. So, if you instruct them not to touch it there again, you have killed that innate ability, capability in them. And they will never go near it. They will not even try it again. So it's better to encourage, oh boy, no, that's not the way to do it. Next time, if you want to do it, you can open from here. So you guide the boy. Then you'll be creative. But once you kill that creativity in him, then that's the end. So we must encourage them. Are we together? Now, let's come to Unimed. Let's look at Unimed. the director was creative enough by coming with the idea of hosting this innovation day. That's creativity. By thinking that this innovation day must come. And he didn't stop there. The ingenuity came by the time he put the idea into action. That's creativity and ingenuity. Let's look at Friends of Unimed scheme. Some people thought that let's generate funds. That's the idea came. But they didn't stop there. They turned it to ingenuity by saying this project must come to reality, where people are allowed to pay minimum of 1,000 naira as friend of the university. The present vice chancellor did not stop there. He came with Grow With Us or Surge with Unimed. Well, that's another creativity from another level. Saying that, well, if you can give us 100 bags of cement, or you can give us a building, or you can give us 1,000 blocks, then we will give you a Surge ambassadors. That is creativity and ingenuity. So what I'm saying is that creativity and ingenuity can be from anywhere. It can be in any sector. We have just seen what has happened in Unimed. Let's see what happened in the footer. Okay, let's go to the Bible. Let's go to the Bible. You know this man? Look at this man. Goliath. Who is this man? You can see creativity and ingenuity in action. You know the story of David and Goliath. David was creative enough by picking stones. That's creativity. Knowing fully that if I pick stone and pick this slingshot, I can kill this person. And he put it to action by the time he fired it. That's creativity and ingenuity. And it worked. We were told that he used 5 stones. Some people have named those 5 stones as faith, obedience, praise, trust, and courage. But he used one. The question is, why did he use one? Or why did he pick 5? He was creative enough that if I pick 5, I know I will use one to kill this man. If any other person comes around, you know there are other giants in the land, I will also use another one to kill them until I use the 4 of them to kill the other giants. That's creativity and ingenuity. Let's go to Futa. Look at this young man in Futa. He has a portrait for Pastor Adeboye. The idea came from his mind. And he developed the portrait and gave to Pastor Adeboye. That is creativity turned to ingenuity. He can say, oh, when the idea came to his mind, he can say, no, I'm not going ahead. But you must go ahead. Let's also look at another one in Futa. Look at this person. This home automation system. Once you put that system in your house, and once the last person leaves the house and the system is on, the light will off automatically. The light will off automatically. That is creativity and ingenuity. See another one from Futa. This is mobile refrigeration. Now, if you put it, you can use it in the health system. You can use it in Unimed to cool your, for your vaccine or sterilization. This is another one in Futa. This person has something like drone. This drone can walk in water and send signal to the land, developed by students. This is creativity. We can also see another one in Nigeria. Look at these boys. These guys are from Kwara. There are about 3 or 4 of them. They develop aircraft. And when Nigeria was celebrating the 60th anniversary, they drove this to the governors of Kwara. It was live. But they are looking for assistance. Nobody. So we have them. Look at this. This is another guy. It's an engineer. Sorry. So it's an engineer. Look at it. And look at this guy. This guy here, Dr. Sato. This guy developed this drone for American Army. And that's what they use to gather their intelligence. So Nigerians are creative. The have that are there. But the problem is what? Encouragement. The problem is what? Support. Because our leaders don't believe so much in the support. Now we can look at another person. Sorry. Look at this. There's a young man here. This young man also, Hello, where's the operator? This one is misbehaving. The hair is misbehaving. So, look at this person, develop automatic fertilizer, and also develop a machine that you can use to sweep the street. So, then we also have, most interestingly, look at these 4 guys. These 4 guys developed generator. And do you know what the generator use? Urine. If you can just put a liter of urine there, it will take you 5-6 hours. A liter of urine. If you can put it, these 4 guys, you see, Bola, Biola, Toyin, and Eniola, they develop it. If you can just put 1 liter of your urine, so you can start collecting urine up and down. You don't need to buy fuel. And urine is free in Nigeria. In fact, in Lagos, you pay before you can urinate. So you can ask them, rather than you can stay in one session. Instead of them going to pay, they come to put a bucket there, they urinate for you. And then you what? You used to generate. You understand? These are creativity. Young girls. Young girls, they are all, Bola, Biola, Toyin, and Eniola. So, can we get the media, please, to work on this? Now, in South Africa, look at this. This water roller was developed, especially where we have shortage of water. Rather than carrying 30 liter keg, this one carry 90 liters. And you start rolling, just start pushing, you don't carry. And for our ladies, it's very, very useful. Now, I must also tell you that creativity and ingenuity can be from anywhere. It can be from art, it can be from science, it can be in finance, anywhere. In finance, you have innovation in finance. Now you can use crowdfunding, you can use mobile banking, you can use fintech, etc. Also, in technology, renewable energy, you can also have these creative ideas. Even in entrepreneurship, you have these creative ideas. Somebody to attend to this. So, what are the motivating factors? Somebody to attend to this. What are the motivating factors for creative ideas and ingenuity? One, sometimes people want it for profit gains. Some people want to have creative idea because they want to profit from it. It's not all the time you think of profit, but that is for some people. They want to be creative because they want profit from it. Some people want to focus on intrinsic motivation. In other words, they want to derive the satisfaction that I'm the one that produced this. The satisfaction. That's why some people are creative. Then some people want to fulfill some personal intention. And sometimes people want to be joyful about the process, creative process. Now, what are the barriers? Why are we not creative enough? Number one is that there's no sufficient awareness. Government has not provided sufficient awareness about creativity. Then some people are afraid of failure, so they will not go into it. And some people also have resistance to change because people don't want change. You bring any new ideas, people say, no, that's not the way we have been doing it. So they are resistant, and that is also killing creativity. Limited financial resources. Then policy and regulation barriers. Most of the policies of the government are inconsistent. So most of the policies are rigid. So because of that, it limits creativity. Sorry, this is not working well, but this is working. Except we don't have the media people around. Okay. Okay. So, but this one is working. Okay. Now, how do we accelerate creativity or creative ideas in Nigeria? The first thing is open communication. What do we mean by open communication? We need to encourage our young ones to be creative. Like those small boys, they didn't mean to destroy those things. They are just trying to be creative, and we should not stop them. Rather than stopping them, let us encourage them. Let us not restrict them. Then we need to encourage the culture that value experimentation and learning from failure. Let people know that they can learn from failure. When you fail, it's not an end of it. Just you can continue, and from there you become used to it. Then we can introduce brainstorming session. bring young guys together. Give them time, give them a target. For example, in Unimed now, you can bring those young boys together, young boys and girls, and say, okay, we have this problem in Unimed. We want you to solve it. This health problem we have, we want you to solve it. Give them food, give them everything, give them water, give them whatever they lock them up in the hotel for about 2 weeks and let them see what they will come up with. You see, that's a very good way of generating there. Then you must recognize innovation. When somebody is making innovative there or creating innovative there, let us recognize, let us celebrate that person. As well as government support is also important. Government support is important because government policy has to be harmonized among the agencies. Then enabling environment has to be created by government. Then community engagement, we must try as much as possible to engage the community in whatever innovation or creativity we are back on. Now, I come back to Unimed. My advice for Unimed is that there are some low-hanging creative fruits that Unimed can employ. When we say low-hanging fruits, these are fruits, these are ideas that will not cost so much money to the university. Yet the university can do it, but making the university to be creative enough. One of them is for the ladies. Are the ladies here? Are the ladies here? Yeah, one of the low-hanging fruits that I'm suggesting for the Unimed is that Unimed authority should liaise with foundation and donor agencies to provide this disposable menstrual product for the female students, free of charge. Because it costs, I know per month, I know how much these female students pay on disposable products. And government will be giving out condom to the boys. Do they actually need the condom? Are we encouraging something bad? Why don't we give these young ladies disposable products so that for the whole year, they can start using it and they will save the money for something else? Are you happy about it, the lady? So maybe university authority may want to look at that. University is not going to spend the money, meet the agency, the donor agencies, every year, the number of ladies, give them for 12 months in a year. So they will not spend, I don't know how much you pay on it now, but I know it's something, it can be much for some ladies who cannot afford it. And that sanitation will be assured. Then I also want to say that Unimed should introduce certificate courses in medical entrepreneurship. Medical entrepreneurship, every student will be required to have a certificate in medical entrepreneurship so that even people in town can come to enroll, and that will generate some money for the university. Then we can also organize medical innovation competition. Just as I said, we have a particular problem in Nigeria or in the state. We assemble the students on competition. The best student that can produce something that can be used to do this or to cure this ailment will be given so amount. You'll be surprised the kind of product that will come from your students, the type of innovative ideas that will come from them. Then we're also suggesting that it's possible as a medical university to invent affordable wearable device. The women who are pregnant can be given a device so that anytime there's complication, the device will send to them to warn them that there's something happening to your system. Unimed can develop that, and that will be useful. So all the pregnant women can be installed with that device. They carry it anywhere they go. And once there's complication, it will send signal to them. Your baby is about to turn this side. Your baby is about to... So that's the creative idea that Unimed can also devise without spending so much money. Concluding remarks. Creativity inspires us to imagine novel solutions and innovate in ways that seem impossible. Creativity assists to transform challenges into opportunities. But we must be deliberate, we must be consistent, and focus not only on the profit aspects, we must also focus on unlocking the creative genius within all of us. The recommendation we have for the people and for the government, for the people, we are thinking that they should develop the ability to think creatively, and also that they should be able to bridge the gap between aspiration and implementation. For the parents, we must try as much as possible to foster environment that encourage early self-discovery rather than restrict our kids from doing this or from touching this or from touching that. We must recognize that age should not be a barrier to creative exploration. Some of us, we are thinking that because we are old, because we have a lot of challenges, a lot of things to solve, we are not creative. No, age is not barrier. We must create time. Even if you look at David, for David to have that, there was a time he was alone in the bush. So for you to be creative, you must be alone sometimes to think. He was alone in the bush thinking. I'm sure those are the things that help him to fight the Goliath. So you must create time for yourself to be alone so that you can think. No matter the challenges of petrol, no matter the challenge of school fees, no matter the challenge of whatever, find time for yourself so that you can be creative. You must identify and overcome the challenges militating against successful implementation of creative ideas. Then you must avoid, it's very important, you must avoid being a poor man. Every one of us, we must avoid being a poor man. The question is, what is a poor man? A poor man is a man who sees challenges in every opportunity instead of seeing opportunities in every challenge. That man is a poor man. If you continue to see challenges, you cannot see opportunity, then you are what? A poor man. So for the government must foster conducive environment for innovative and creativity. Then the government must try as much as possible to address the challenges of access to quality of education, employment opportunities, infrastructure development, and also the policies of the government must be supportive. The policy must be supportive so as to help the people to be creative in all their ways. What are the future trends? As I round up, what are the future trends in creativity and ingenuity? One of it is advancement in technology, AI. But the one is this, we must be very careful. Everybody is talking about AI. We must be careful so that AI will not rubbish us of all the opportunities that we have. But the future, like Peter said, is that the only thing we know about the future is that it will be better, it will be different. Definitely, we don't know much about the future, but what we know is that the future will be what? Will be different. But another person, Franklin, is that the only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Somebody said the future will be different, meaning that the future will be brighter. But another person is saying that the only problem we have is to think that, well, we have doubts about tomorrow. Because as of today, we have doubts. So that's going to affect our future. So for us to have a better future, we must be creative in our mind. We must think creatively. We must think positively. And we must work very hard so that we can achieve a better future. Thank you very much.
Let's celebrate our keynote speaker again. Professor T.M. Obama, thank you very much for that nice one. Mr. Vice Chancellor, permit me also to recognize and welcome. On this occasion, we have the Director for the Center of Gender Studies and Earth Equity of the university. She is Chief of Ondo Town, the Yeyemetu of Ondo Kingdom, Professor Augustina Nirechi Duyilemi. A round of applause for her. You're welcome, ma'am. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to skip for now the speech of the guest speaker, the Special Advisor to the Governor of Ondo State on Entrepreneurship, Innovation, who is on his way to the venue of this So what we do now is to take questions, comments based on the topic that we've listened to. Let's take like 5 questions or comments from staff and students of this university. Let's pick number, questions. I can see that's marvelous, Abi. Merit Toshuku. 1. Okay, we have one from Daddy here, Professor Owolawi 2. Okay, from that's 3. We are taking 5, just 5. 3. Okay, let's start with Merit. A round of applause for him. MBBS students of the University, Merit Toshuku.
All protocols duly observed. Thank you very much, sir, for the lecture. It was amazing. However, forgive me, sir, I have like 4 questions. So I will just ask them. So, sir, the first one is a very quick question. Can we get this slide? Is that a possibility? Sir, please, can we have this slide too? Looking at the whole issue. Then, sir, my second question is, sir, how do we increase the profitability of courses in this school? The profitability of course. You said something about we have about 600,000 graduates every year and like 20% or less. So, sir, there's a possibility that when people graduate from university, the idea is not bought outside the university grounds. Sir, do you have ideas for any suggestions? Courses like anatomy, physiology, medicine, dentistry, nursing, and the likes. So, sir, that's my second question. Then, my next question is, sir, do you have any suggestions on the continuation of these ideas, this particular event? Because this is a very historic event for me. And, sir, can you suggest to the governing council of this school something that we can do, if there can be an integration between this school's curriculum and this entrepreneurship, the scope? Because you said something about yourself not being, you are going through a lot, so you may not even know how to operate some laptops and stuff, but you see that small child that is not going, but when you're already going through a lot from this school, how can you be creative? So, sir, I just need your suggestions on it. Then my last question would be, second to the last, sir, would be, what practical steps would you advise for people who want to advance in administration, especially students? You said something about spotting children at their childhood. People have this tendency to be creative in terms of organization. So, sir, do you have any comments on that? That's all, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Merit. I think we understand that Nigerians, we are all going through a lot. Coming from a lot, in a lot, and we'll still be going through a lot. No while, but I think, Prof, we do justice to those questions. Thank you very much. The next question will be coming from Professor Dele Owolawi.
Thank you very much, Professor Bamuyi. I knew you would definitely give us not only one key, but several keys, and you have not disappointed me. The question I want to ask is that not treating the symptoms rather than the ailment. You showed some young children that were doing all kinds of what we see as a destructive act in this part of the divide. And let me tell you about a personal experience. My wife runs a Montessori school, and I was one day observing this boy was playing with sand, built a castle, and all those kind of things, and he was ecstatic. Wow, I'm mother came to the school and said, my child is playing with sand. No, this is a bad school. She removed that child from the school. So what are we talking about? These are university students. They are not totally 100% formed, but they are 60 to 70% formed already. If they do not exhibit that concept of creativity right from childhood, I think we are working on the leaves rather than the root. So please, I want you to address this. We need to reorientate ourselves. There was a video that was trending some time ago. They showed Chinese children working with tools and engaging themselves with creativity, while our own children were doing speaking in tongues. Yeah, I'm not ridiculing the church, but is this what we want in terms of development? We need to catch them young. That is when we can say, yes, we have truly arrived. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Dele Owolawe. And final question will be coming from Professor Ashekwowo.
Thank you. Professor Bamiyi did a wonderful job. The keynote speaker did a wonderful job in trying to bring out ideas in people. That is well appreciated. He also said that generally Nigerians are averse. I think he used the word resistant to accepting ideas. I would like Professor Bamuyi to please suggest some ways by which we can reduce this amount of resistance to ideas, good ideas, innovative ideas, novel ideas. And another thing I would like the keynote speaker to expatiate on. He said something when he was going through the display. He showed us how some Nigerians, especially in FUTA, the example of FUTA, you mentioned this, I think it's refrigerator, I think it's solar refrigerator and some other things like that. I would like for you to please explain to us, if it is possible, to be creative without producing something tangible? Is it possible? That tangibility. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, let me take it from the last person, Professor Ashikowo, how to reduce resistance to good ideas. You see, by our nature, we are in Africa and in Nigeria. Once we are used to an idea, most of the time when new idea is coming, it's only a few people. Even if you go to the churches, it's the same thing. If you go to the communities, some churches will say, we have been doing this since we established this church. You cannot just come and introduce new idea. And you have to, as a young man, you'll be seen as the odd man out. So it is true, but we must create awareness. How to do is to create awareness of the benefits of this creative idea. If you can sell your if you can create awareness, then it's possible that more people will imbibe that idea, and then resistance will be reduced. Then, talking about creativity without tangibility. It's one thing to have a creative idea. In other words, you are coming with new idea. If you stop there, that's the end of that idea. It is when that idea comes to reality that it becomes ingenuity. And that's the tangibility you are talking about. In those days, we never imagined this will come. But the idea came, and the person did not stop there. He brought it out, and this is tangible for us to see. So, when you have an idea, you must move from idea to what? Ingenuity. And that's why I say ingenuity is using the idea you have created and turning it to reality in the world. So, those things is a different thing if you talk of commercialization. Most of these things are not commercialized because of support. Look at the aircraft. I watched those guys when they flew the aircraft to the governor. They said they have spent about 3.5 million to develop it. They use scraps, use wood, use those scraps. That's what they use. And they are begging the governor to assist them to. But up to now, it has not gone beyond that level. The street sweeper and the ventilator, the minister was there, he invited those guys, and he told the agencies that they must support this guy to any length to be commercialized, for those things to be commercialized. As I'm speaking to you, that was the statement. It has not moved beyond that statement. So that's the problem we have. So we have these guys who are creative, but after they have brought that into reality, the support has not been forthcoming. Yes, thank you, Professor Wolawi, about the reorientation of our children. It's true we need to reorientate the mindset of these children. And the way we teach them too, we need to also look at the way we teach them. For example, in some other places, you're welcome, sir. Thank you. In some other places, you will not teach the student that if you mix blue paint with a green paint, this is what you are going to have. You will not teach them. You allow them to discover for themselves. So what you do is that you write blue, you write green, equals to so. So you give them the paint. So blue, they will mix it with this one, and they will now see, okay, but here we will teach them, we will not even show them the paint for them to mix. So we have to orientate the mindset. We have to change their thinking, but we need to be practical in our teaching. We need to be practical. And like what I said somewhere at the University of Ibadan, most of our entrepreneurship education is not the type of entrepreneurship education we are taking. We should be teaching what we call high-impact entrepreneurship education. High-impact entrepreneurship education is different from ordinary entrepreneurship education. High-impact entrepreneurship education is teaching students how to be a mentor, how to mentor people, how to be creative, and how to generate new ideas. It's different from skill acquisition and others. So until we have high-impact entrepreneurship education, we may not be able to address the mindset of the children. So let's go away from ordinary entrepreneurship education, tying and dying, skill acquisition. What I'm saying is that ordinary entrepreneurship education cannot take us anywhere again. We must change to high-impact entrepreneurship education, and that is where we can go forward. Then my friend, Merit, well, talking about the slides, we'll look at it with the management. Then profitability of the courses. Yes, all the courses here are profitable. They are profitable. What we need to do is to just introduce some element of entrepreneurship, so that it's not everybody that will get white-collar job. But the problem is that because sometimes our teaching, we are not incorporating entrepreneurship into our teaching. A student who is doing medicine never know that there are a lot of things he can do with it. If somebody who is doing anatomy never know that there are some entrepreneurial activities that can be brought in. And that's why I said this somewhere. You see, most of these medical doctors in town and most of these lawyers in town, they are abandoning their chambers and their hospital to become politicians. Why? Because they don't have that entrepreneurship knowledge. If you're a medical doctor, which business is more lucrative than medicine? But they abandoned their hospital, the lawyer abandoned their chamber and running after what? Abuja and Lagos. So, because they don't have that entrepreneurship there. So, let's start inculcating into the student the right entrepreneurship knowledge into the student so that whatever course you are doing here, you are better off. Whatever course, you need to be creative. And as I said, just find time for yourself to think so that you can be creative. Yes, you said you have gone through a lot of challenges here. So how can you think? Yes, those things are making you to be tough. I remember in those days when I was in Ondo State University, Adokiti, we used to trek every day about 12 kilometers before we get to school and come back. And those things built us. It made us strong. And today we can withstand anywhere. So those things you thought you have gone through, those things are building you. And by the time you graduate from here, you'll be different from those students who are pampered. I was in one conference somewhere in Sweden. I met a lady from Nigeria here. She did her master's there and PhD. And he said she went with the son. He said the son was always coming first. And those people there, once they fail, the children fail, they will take the person to doctor to examine the brain, whether something was wrong. In Nigeria, who is going to examine your brain? Nobody. But but the knowledge, the skill you acquire here, you yourself, you sit down and go, wow, I need to wake up. But then they will take you to doctor to say maybe something is wrong. It's not that something is wrong, it's too playful. Maybe that's the reason. And like Prof said, you see, let us not kill this skill. Somebody who's building something and everybody, the child was happy, wow, I made it. And the mother went to report that this son is playful and withdrew. So the mother has killed the talent. She has killed the talent of that boy. Well, finally, practical step for people who want to advance in administration. Yes, you have already started. You have already started. What you just need to do is to build yourself, enroll for soft skills training, because without this 21st century critical skills, critical thinking, team playing, and etc., we cannot go anywhere. So encourage yourself, get equipped with this 21st century critical skills. By the time you are doing that, you are top of the ladder. Thank you very much.
Please accept our sincere appreciations. Our keynote speaker for today, Professor T.M. Obamui. Thank you very much. Next on the program, just before I do that, Mr. Vice Chancellor, permit me to intimate the audience with the presence of our guest speaker for today. He is the special advisor to the governor of Ondo State on entrepreneurship and innovation. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Somi Smart Francis. You're welcome, sir. And may I, at this point, invite to the podium from the IHHE, Dr. Riche Ololade, to take the citation of the guest speaker for today. A round of applause for her.
You're welcome, sir. Well done, sir. Doc. Permission to be on your feet, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You are welcome, sir. So follow me as I read the citation of Dr. Somi Smart Francis. Dr. Somi Smart Francis. Sumi. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the correction. Dr. Sumi Smart Francis, HC, is a social and serial entrepreneur with vast experience in entrepreneurship development. He has developed and initiated several programs that were implemented in different parts of Africa, geared towards the growth and development of African entrepreneurs. He studied entrepreneurship in emerging economies from Harvard University and creative direction from AAA School of Advertising, Johannesburg. He is a special advisor on entrepreneurship development to Ondo State Government, Nigeria, and CEO of the Ondo State Entrepreneurship Agency, ONDEA, the first entrepreneurship agency in Nigeria. I believe, yes. Thanks for that. Sumi Smart Francis is the founder and president of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, AYA, the foremost entrepreneurship network in Africa with footprints of 20 countries across the continent. Dr. Francis was the Director General of the Empower Bono project that focused on the economy redevelopment and empowerment for Borno State's internally displaced persons, a project that received global recognition as a catalyst solution to the economic challenges facing the people living in the IDP camps of Borno State, Nigeria. Thank you. He was the executive producer of one of the Africa's biggest entrepreneurial reality TV shows. The AYE reality TV show gave African entrepreneurs the opportunity to pitch their business or ideas for funding and partnership aired live on both terrestrial and satellite TV channels. He is the chairman of SSF Investments, Executive Creative Director of Megamints Production, and he sits on the board of several other companies and organizations across Africa as a non-executive director. He is the chairman and founder of the Entrepreneur Trust Fund, an online innovative cooperative platform that provides a support structure for entrepreneurs and also promotes savings and trust. Neophiliac by nature, Sumi Smart Francis also established the world's first entrepreneurship village, a haven for great innovation, creativity, collaboration, technology, and knowledge transfer for entrepreneurs. That deserves an applause. A TEDx speaker, Dr. Francis is the first honorary doctor of entrepreneurship in Nigeria. He was recognized and awarded by TB University, Brooklyn, USA. He is a recipient of several awards and certifications globally. Dr. Francis is a visionary leader, continent builder, Pan-African, philanthropist, and creative enthusiastic. He lives daily by his mantra that says, I am Sumi Smart Francis, and I am nothing without God. Here I present to you Dr. Sumi Francis. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My sincere apologies that I've been looking forward to this event for a very long time. And tell your neighbor the devil is a liar. After looking forward to this great event, then the devil struck me. I don't know if my English is correct. I'm in university now, with the kind of cough I've never seen before. And I just got some pain all over my body since last night. So I had to rush to the hospital first before coming here. So my sincere apologies. And I'm covering my marks so that I don't infect anybody else. But I'm bringing something else to infect you with. Are you ready for it? Are these people in this room entrepreneurs? Are you ready for it? Now, I'll tell you one thing about entrepreneurship. You see, the way this lady is going is the same way entrepreneurship misses out on opportunities. Entrepreneurship is about opportunities. In this same room, I came in here for one person. And the message is clear for one person. But I don't just talk. I will give a message and I impact lives. So as I finish my session, I will adopt 10 of you. And I will mentor you. And when I mentor you, I don't just mentor with mouth. I fund you. So you can finish school without a mentor and money, you go struggle. So right now, I'm looking out for those who are interactive in nature, those who have the passion and aggression for entrepreneurship, and I will hold you by your hand to success. Is it you? My chief of staff will be helping me check as well. Is it you? I take that guy, you're the first person, the one in your hands up. Now, what you do not understand is that you can be a good born-again Christian and a good Muslim. But in the continent where we are, it takes aggression to make it happen. Positive aggression. Are you the one I'm talking about? That guy in tie, you are the second person. So I've got 8 more slots. Watch how some people will clinch onto destiny in this same room that you are here. And watch how some people will be quiet and calm. If you're an entrepreneur, there's no room for shyness. There's no room to be cold. Tell your neighbor, I am hot. Tell your neighbor, I am hot. When you are in class, you can be quiet. In the entrepreneurship field, there is noise. Tell your neighbor, I am hot. Are you ready? So before I start, let me first recognize the presence of the dignitaries and the executives and the school governing council that brought me to this place. Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. To the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeshegun, to the Director of Entrepreneurship, and also several other directors that is in this room. Let me just use the VC as a point of contact to everybody else. Thank you so much for this privilege to speak to young people. Anyway, I look at the theme for today, and it's pretty clear. Unleashing the future through creative ideas. Unleash the future. But what are we unleashing? We have to first confirm if you are creative or not. Am I correct? Great Nigerian students? There's a girl there, but I'm not sure if she's hot or cold. Great Nigerian students? She's cold. Great Unimed students? That guy on t-shirt. Greatest entrepreneurs? That lady with the scarf in yellow. As you are watching, some people are receiving. That is entrepreneurship. I am showing you the practicality of life. It's different from textbooks. I was not the best in my school. No, I was those noisemakers. But I used my positive aggression to be successful. I have employed the best guy in school. When you graduate from here, let me tell you what happens. All of you start from score 0. It is your aggression in the markets that gets you to where you get to. Great Unimed students? I cannot believe people are still sitting down in this school. Do you understand what success is all about? Greatest entrepreneurs? Should we give Zenith Bank? Can I proceed? Now you have to be creative. And not all of you understand already that you're already creative. You are. He said he created us in his own what? And don't you understand that the best, the best creative mind and the biggest in this world that ever existed is God Almighty. The Almighty God, the Almighty Allah, is the greatest that ever existed in this world. You don't believe me? Let's be practical and let's see if another person can win something here. Reposition your mouth. Tell me another place where your mouth can be. Show me. Anybody who can show me, raise up your hand and you'll win something now. Yeah, stand up. Stand up and show us. You want to put your mouth here? Yeah, she said your hand. So when you're talking, I'll be talking like this. Does it look nice? So you are struggling to reposition your mouth. So that means God is great, Abi. Or let's try another one. Rename a lion. Somebody should give me a better name for a lion. Eh? The pride. The pride. The pride is coming. The pride is coming. Nobody is scared. Simba. Hey, Simba. What's your own? Oh, let's give it to God. Put your hands together for the Almighty God. The only time that we are better than God is when we use our mind to worry and think evil things. You don't know? VC, SARS, and Mars in this room. This same creative mind have applied their mind into worry and thinking evil thoughts. Am I going to pass this year? What is happening to my parents? What is happening at home? I am quiet. I am calm. Nobody is talking to me. Nobody loves me. They've used that worry. And that's what the devil enjoys, that you waste that mind. You don't believe me? Our mind is better when we compete with God in evil things. Should I give you an example? Talk now. Why you are scared that God will strike us here? Should I give you an example? It won't take me 7 days to let my people go. Do you understand that phrase? Do you remember that story? When he told Pharaoh, let my people go. It took God 7 days, Abby. He will send this one, he will send this one. Me, one day I will finish Pharaoh if I was God. I will first send the Red Sea in his bathroom. Then blood will be coming out from his armpits like a river. Then I will send like 50,000 gladiators, 400 King Kong, then 4,000 Godzilla. Then I'll say they should wait at the door. They shouldn't do anything. Can you say your mind is functioning? When it's evil things, we can think, we can be creative. So why are you not applying it to your life? Why are you not being creative with that future? If you cannot picture the future, you cannot see anything, you cannot achieve anything. Now, people say vision is where you are going to. It's a lie. Vision is where you are coming from. You should have been there, in that company where you want to lead, that business you want to lead, then come back to school. So as you are working in school, you are planning for your future that you have seen. How many of you have seen your future? Oh my God, I wish I was you. How can I be in a room where somebody told me that will mentor me and fund my life, and I will be like this? Do you understand that there's an opportunity right in front of you, and you claim to be an entrepreneur? Am I speaking to somebody here today? There is God in you. You need to bring out that creative mindset of God and begin to implement it in your life. Let me tell you something. I wish I was you. I wish I was you. I always say to people, the world has changed. Failure to adapt means failure to exist. It's not like the way when we were growing anymore. I honestly wish I was you. Do you know why? It takes 10,000 hours and 10 years to become a talent in anything. Anything. And at your age, you still have a very sharp magnetic mind. If you want to be the best golfer in the world, you can become it. If you want to become the best coding guy, you can become it. If you want to become the best artist, just devote all your life, all your time, 10,000 hours, and you become it. See, talents are no longer born, they are created. So when you see all those Tiger Woods and Ronaldo with their children, they are creating that talent. It's different from our own talents in Nigeria that they will say, Omobogba. No, abroad, they taught him from a baby. Am I making sense? Do you want to become a talent? Do you need my help for you to become a talent? Then if you are the one, stand up and say, it's me. This girl in blue. First, we have to unleash what is inside of them before we send them to the world. Is there anything inside of you? Then let's bring it out. Let's bring it out. For me, my message here is simple and clear. Very simple, very clear. You are all talented. The fact that you are not doing well in school, I think that somebody touched it here, does not mean you'll be poor. Don't let anybody be telling you all those things in school that they are showing themselves. I don't know if you had that kind of a guy in your school. When we were in school, that time in chemistry, they will call his name. You have him. In physics, before they call anybody, we already know, even we will be calling him his name. Because we cannot pass, we know the guy that always carry first. Do you have that kind of a guy in your school? Even him too will be showing that he will be the richest among us. He'll be showing. But when you get out there, it's a different ball game. It takes what is inside. And if you don't know chemistry, you might know physics. If you do not know physics, you might know fine art. If you don't know fine arts, you might know how to play soccer. If you don't know soccer, you know music. Let nobody ridicule your talent. Tell your neighbor, I am talented. Stand up and tell your neighbor, I am talented. I don't know. How many slots is left? 4, right? 4. No, it's 4. I remove 1. Because I'm not getting what I want. That lady is on her phone. You don't know me, I will call you out. Entrepreneurship is not shy. It is business. Unleash what is in you. Go into the world. Develop that talent. Find the right mentor. And take these people seriously. You see, when I say I wish I was you, was that the things I know now, if I had backed it up with my academics, I would have been better. So, they say education is the key to the door. I say entrepreneurship is the door. So when you have a key and the door, success. That's why in Nigeria, many people are going around with many keys. PhD in this, master in this, diploma in this, but no door to open. Do you want to end up like that? Then why are you quiet? Do you want to end up like that? Get the key, your education. Take it seriously. It is not too late for you. I don't care what you scored last semester. I don't care what you scored this semester. I'm caring about what you're going to score in that semester. Take it seriously. Start from now. And then also take your door, entrepreneurship, seriously. When you get to that door and you look for CVs and you carry all your CVs up and down and there are no jobs, and you are in pharmacy, you can open your own company. Am I correct? You won't need to wait for anyone. Please, it's not too late. So as I will end with what I call dying minutes. Dying minutes, yes. Do you know what dying minutes is in sport? It's extra time. You see, send it back, we collect everything. Oh. Dying minutes in sport. How many of you know it? Do you watch ball? How many of you watch football? Whereby it's looking like everything is over already. Have you wondered? I don't know if it's only me. The footballers, they'll be playing football. And it's already 90 minutes. But they're still playing. 1-0, and they will still be playing. Why? If it's me, I will sit down. Because I want to know 2-0. What do you want to do in the next 60 seconds? But let me tell you something. They know that in dying minutes, anything can happen. I know it's December, and you're already thinking the year is over. And they've started telling you things that start planning for 2024. Never! I have not finished with 2023. Tell your neighbor I have not finished with 2023. There are things you planned that you wanted this year. And then the devil is deceiving you, say post it to next year. Lie. I will get it in 2023. In dying minutes, do you know what happens? The first thing is that the coach will call them together during extra time. He first work with their mindset to tell them that there is still time. I want you to position your mindset now. There's only maybe about 20 or 19 days left. But I'm telling you today, I came here for you. Even in the multitude of thousands when I speak to them, I came for one person. And it's you. It's you. Now listen very carefully. In these 19 days, you can still achieve everything you want to achieve. That's the first thing that happens in dying minutes. There is still time. The second thing that happens in dying minutes, the aggression will change. Have you noticed how the player will start playing? As if they are mad. Are you mad? Am I the only one mad? Are you mad? Be mad with your future. Within these 19 days, if you are backlogged with your academics, pick it up. Pick those assignments up. Anything that's been slowing you down, you can change it in 19 days. Do you know another thing that happened within the 19 days, in dying minutes? Substitution. The coach will start changing players in dying minutes because he needs something to happen. He will remove midfielder, he will put striker. He will remove defender and put 11. Now you need to substitute those bad habits. Those habits that has made you where you are right now. Substitute it. This is not a time to start, putting some negative things here. Change it to positive what? Attitudes. And then positioning. You have to take strategic risks. That is why you will see somebody from nowhere. I got bad shots in it. Take that shot. Tell your neighbor, take that shot. You have to take that risk. Because it might end up becoming what? A goal. If you are going to score in 2023, say, I will score. Oh, she's the only one that believes. If you are going to score in 2023, say, I will score. And then what is the final thing that happens? Do you know that in dying minutes, what happens in dying minutes stays with you forever? Even if you have achieved many things from January to December, what happened within the dying minutes? That goal that you score, is the one you will celebrate the most. You will celebrate this year. In dying minutes, you will score that goal. It's the most memorable part of your life in 2023. And I'm telling you right now, it is not over until it's what? Guys, I love you, but I have to go. And there's 4 more people. 4 more people. Who am I talking to? 4 more people. 4 more people. If it is you, 4 more people. That girl wearing glasses. 4 more people. Where is the other classes? 4 more people. Now it's left 2. Tell your neighbor, I will score. I will score. I will score. My name is Sumis Matt Francis, and I am nothing without God. Thank you very much.
Please celebrate Dr. Sumis Matt again. Special advisor to the governor of Ondo State on entrepreneurship. Thank you very much, sir. It's time for questions, comments, and response to this powerful speech from the SA to the governor. So let's take 5 questions for the SA. Questions, comments. Okay, 1, 2. Please step forward and ask your question.
Thank you very much, sir. So I have 2 questions. The first one is about the concept of comfort. It's like most times creative ideas don't come except you are pushed to the wall. Like most people that come up with the greatest idea in the world, let me say during COVID-19, everybody was dying, so people had to, like, it was more like, if I don't bring this up, people are going to die. So what if you are actually in a place of comfort? How do you change your mind from comfort to actually thinking like, okay, let me say my parents are paying my school fees, I don't have to work hard, like much of those things. How do I change the way I think that even though I'm kind of comfortable, I can still put myself in the mindset of seeing problems and thinking better? The second question, you said it takes 10,000 hours to make an expert. So, and you said we should focus on one thing. Some people like me, I am someone they call a jack of all trades, and I find it very hard to focus on one thing. So for people like me who find like their interest, let me say today I'm interested in this, tomorrow I'm interested in this, how do I find one thing to focus on and put all my energy in when it seems like every single day my interests are changing? Thank you very much.
Beautiful ones there. Next question from Merit.
Were you on the list? Were you chosen before?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. All protocols duly observed. So, sir, my question is, how do you draw the line between aggression and strategic risk? So, I can be very aggressive because I know that to take a risk, there's a difference between taking a risk and then bearing the consequences of the risk that you take, so that we don't take a risk and go and die. Now, my question is, how do we draw the line between being very aggressive with our goals and the strategy of the risk? Thank you very much, sir.
Awesome stuff. Another question? Any other question? That should be it. Okay. Step forward, please.
Thank you very much, sir. So I have 2 questions. The first one is, you said in 9 minutes we should believe that there's still time. So now that, like this, I feel like this is the time. So the second question, and I have another question that's like relating with this. If now I have a solution, like I'm trying to like profile a solution to something, and everything seems like it's already working now. So how do I like make a change in something that's already working? And
Fine.
so you said, I'm going back to the first question, you said we should believe there's still time. Our solutions or whatever we are proffering now, how do we like make it something that's it's going to be efficient now and in the future? Thank you, sir.
Nice one. Thank you. Any other one? Okay. Professor Owolawi.
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate and thank Dr. Sumi Smart Francis for his energizing, is it lecture I will call it? Very energizing, and I'm very happy that he's able to make it in spite of the fact that he's a little bit indisposed. We appreciate that. But let me just comment that, you see, sometimes, like somebody said, he said most Nigerians graduate where they are supposed to matriculate. What does that mean? They graduate where they are supposed to matriculate. Leave your comfort zone. Go beyond, I've studied medicine, I've studied medical laboratory science, I've studied physiotherapy, and that is enough for me. It's not enough for you. You have to go further. And when I was talking at the welcome address, I mentioned a book, The Giant Within, by Anthony Robbins. There are other books, Unlimited Power, by the same Anthony Robbins, Poor Dad, Rich Dad. So many books. Please try as much as possible to advance yourself, because I said there is an innate potential in every human being. For every child that is born onto this earth, there is a great creative, innovative, critical thinking. You will see babies sometimes and you'll be wondering, how did this baby acquire this feat? Because there is that seed of divinity in that child. Improve yourself cognitively, affectively, and spiritually. I'm not talking about fanaticism. Fanaticism is a negative thing. Develop yourself. Read more books. Wayne Dyer, Eckhart Tolle, and so on. I'm not an art student. I didn't study art, where I studied it till Form 3. But later on, I switched on to science. But these books, this array of books that I have been reading over the years made me become an author myself. If you type my name on Google, you will see some of my books. And you'll be wondering, did they study literature? No, I didn't study literature. I studied audiological medicine. So please, challenge yourself. Like Dr. Sumi Smart has said it, you have what it takes to be able to accomplish, to be able to create, to be able to innovate. And this is the essence of us coming together today to educate ourselves. I'm learning, you are learning, we are all learning. But don't sit in your comfort zone. I have MBBS, oh, that's all. No, it goes beyond that. That's why the man said, we always graduate where we are supposed to matriculate. That MBBS, that BSc nursing, that BSc audiology, that BSc is a stepping stone for you. It's a pedestal on which you need to stand to advance your consciousness, to advance the kind of person you wish to be in this life. So this is my little comment about this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Olawe. Over now to Dr. Sumi Smart for his response. Maybe another round. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great questions, by the way, and thank you for asking them. One of the things, if you do not take anything away from this meeting, is don't you ever be shy again in your life. Don't you ever. I'm telling you the fact, and the moment you can start coming out of that shell is the beginning of your success. For those of you who made the list, when I'm going, see me outside. For those of you who didn't make the list, I see the VC is already planning for you as well. So I would make an arrangement, and we will give them a platform under our organization where we can begin to connect them to entrepreneurs that can hold them by their hand, because that's another critical thing that is needed. So it's called the Entrepreneurship Assembly that happens on Zoom, where people connect from all over the world, and we'll just be pairing you with most of these successful entrepreneurs because you need it. You need partners, you need funders. No matter how the idea is, you need that. So I will liaise with that and we'll bring, and it should not be forced. Those, if you do not have an appetite for success, you can never be successful. Success is not forced down your throat. No, they can force your education, not success. So if truly you are interested in that, then you can meet your head of entrepreneurship who will have planned that, and then we can give it. Happens on Saturdays, 1 hour. You can have that mentorship class so that by the time you even finish, you've made business friends. Those are the things I wished I ever had in my life. You've had business friends from different parts of the world. So you are finishing, it's not like you're coming from ground zero. So that's another big one that would really help you guys. Somebody asked, how do I invent or create when I'm in my comfort zone? If you're the one, raise up your hand. Yes. My question to you is, was God uncomfortable when he created the earth? Do you feel like God was like, this heaven safe, there's no air condition? So it takes you to see a world beyond you, and it takes you to understand that you were born to create. So creativity, like you said, is born out of frustration. Now lie. I'm teaching you practicals here, not what, I don't know who taught that. It's born out of your imagination. You can be the best guys. Most of these guys that created these platforms, they were already rich. But they did not let their imagination waste. They were able to think it. How do I make my world a better place? There's always better for any present situation. So you cannot claim that because I did not see any problem. That was why I cannot invent. And besides, are you sure you are in Nigeria? You didn't see any problem? Don't let us attack you. We are full of problems here. So there is always something. But what I want to say is, even in your comfort zone is the most beautiful time to create because you're not under pressure. And then you can use your imagination rightly. So I challenge you, when you go back to your lecture, to your auditorium, what's it now, hostel, begin to just think, what is wrong around me? How do I make my world a better place? If not for me, for those around me. Even your comfort is a challenge. Why am I comfortable and others are not? Have you thought about that? That alone is a challenge that you can harness, and I pray that you would be given the strength to carry that up. I'm glad you're part of the list. Then Jack of all trade, Madam Jack of all trade, you are still the one, Abi. You are not alone. It's every one of us. Our creative mind is so crazy. It's like a puzzle. By the time we are inventing this one, we are inventing another one. It's like that. How many of you know Akure? How many of you have been to Akure lately? ShopRite. Did you see the entrepreneurship village? E-village. If you know it, say yes. That is a $100 million project that we're building. It's done by private institutions from across the world. It's Africa's Silicon Valley. Luckily, we managed to bring it to Nigeria. That e-village is for things like that. When you finish from university, you can come to an e-village and you'll be able to get what your passion is. From music studios, to arts, to robotics, the School of Robotics and Artificial Intelligence, there's Innovation Nest, there's Megamind Creative Studio, there's Africa Business College, there's many things that can help you with New York Institute of Finance, and many things that can help you streamline your passion. So that's what the e-village is designed for. So stay tuned. If I were you, I'll be connected to the source so that by the time the project is finished, they no go bounce me. Because you do not understand, you do not expect a $100 million project that everybody will be able to enter. No. I'm sure you saw the place, right? Is it beautiful? We have not even finished. People are already crying to enter. So wait for it. It's going to come as a 4-year project. And then it will help you streamline many talents across the world that are struggling to identify where they are best in. And they will focus that attention there. How do I make a change when something is working? Where's the gentleman that asked that one? Yes, thank you. Yes, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. All you need to do is enhance the wheel. Everything you see in this world, clocks, is the one that is raining again. They've modernized it. Airbnb used to happen in the villages. If you go to the village, Amari Bistro, Nile Amasu, when people will come, they modernize it, turn it to Airbnb. Boats and Uber. It used to happen, Sole, Abi. You join a vehicle, somebody came, put a app. So when something is working around you, you can enhance it. Even in this room, you can enhance it. You can speak to your school as I'm an entrepreneur. How can I make this room more better? I think that when I'm standing here, there should be a stage light. So how do we do if we suspend some cranes from the roof to put a stage light so that our light from our camera angles will be solid? Did you see? In the same room that is comfortable. So when you look around you, you can enhance the wheel and not reinvent the wheel. Am I clear? So please take advantage of that. Aggression versus strategic risk. If you are the one, raise up your hand. Yes, good one. What is the consequence of the risk? Me coming here was a risk. My doctor is like, you are sick. The injection we gave you for this cough is to knock it out and you'll be dizzy and you will fall or whatever. Did I fall? Didn't I walk there? So what did I do? I checked the consequences. If I fall, I'm a Unimed. There's plenty doctors. Abi Mokparo? If I fall here, is there not plenty doctors? Abi, is it uni carpenter? Am I in the right place? So I checked the consequences of the risk. If I was going to a mechanic village, I won't go. Because before they put NGO oil in my mouth. But here, when the doctor said, that injection will make you dizzy, I said, I'm going to Unimed. There are a lot of doctors. They will help me out. So check the consequences of your risk. And if you find a comfort zone in it, take it. If you check the consequences and there are no comfort zone, don't take that risk. There should be a soft landing for every risk that you are to take. So just to recap on the additions that I made, the 10 people that has been chosen, come around. Never be shy. I mean it. This is a message for somebody. There's somebody here. You are very shy. Even in your family, in your home. Nothing is wrong with you. You are just shy. See, don't send anybody. Honestly, do I have 5 minutes, sir? Sir, let me, to the VC, sorry, sir. Do I have 5 minutes? Do I have 5 minutes? I have 5 minutes. I can talk for 5 minutes more. Okay. Because there's some, I don't know why it's dragging my spirit, that there's somebody here that is just that shyness that is wrong with that person. Nothing is wrong. You're just shy. In class, you go to your zone. When they are talking, you'll be thinking, what will happen? What will people say? When I traveled abroad, there is no work. So forget about the greener pasture. There's no pasture. Talk less of green. It's snow. You will see everywhere. And you suffer inside cold. There's no work. So the only work we had was to be sharing flyer everywhere to all these white people. You know these white people, they know how to use black people to be doing their dirty job. So inside the winter, you'll be sharing flyer. But just to rush this story, they pay us every week. And at the end of every week, the highest person will get maybe $5 or $10. Because it's $3 per flyer that the person feels. You're not just sharing the flyer. And the flyer is about selling holiday house. Not normal house. So somebody have eaten, he has belefu. You now say, please come and buy your holiday house. It's so hard. But there was one guy. His name is Paul. This guy, when they are paying us $3, $5, $15, they will pay this guy $1,500, $800. And you know these white people, they are so mean. They will pay us together like this so that you can see you that are not doing well. Only the one. But when I joined that company, everybody said that guy, now jazz in the use. You don't carry juju come from Nigeria. Because how will you, everybody about 600 agents, nobody is selling more than $20. You'll be collecting $1,000, $2,000. And I don't know if it has happened to you before. Have you spent another person's money? You have done it. Like when somebody will win $2,000, you'll be like, if it's me, I'll first buy this thing. Hey, why are you not keeping quiet? So I used to spend this money. When they give me $2,000, I'm like, can I need $2,000? My uncle O'Reilly. So it used to pain me that, if I was the one. I now begged my supervisor. I said, please, anytime you post us again, post me with Paul. I want to see something. Every week I was struggling, they didn't post me. Until one day like today, that day that I heard something that changed my entire life, what you're about to hear right now. What some of you will be moving around, checking phone, standing up, and some of you are just ready to hear what changed my entire life. Paul Severian was with me, and he was working. But as we were working, I was following him everywhere. If you want to piss, I said, I'm going to go piss now, I'm going to go piss together, because I want to catch him when he pushed that thing in his mouth. I said, just wait like that. Touch, make I touch. Cut soap for me, Abi. Abi, you don't know soap? Oh, you think I'll come here and pretend? So I was waiting that by the time he removed that juju like this, oh yeah, touch, let me touch too. And we'll be doing this thing together, nobody go know. So I was checking. This guy did not remove anything from his pocket. He did not do anything. But one thing I noticed about him, when I go to a white person, hi, you just gotta buy timeshare for yourself. They just get a buzz off, man. When they say one buzz off like this, I'll go and sit down, thinking about my life. Are you like me? When you face disappointment, when they say, hey, get away, I'll go and sit down, just be thinking, see me, I'm a Jabota, who tell me to come out of Nigeria. And Paul, at least me, I can talk in, I can speak phone. Paul is pidgin. Can you imagine? His pidgin is using, he can't speak English. Madam, I want to tell you about this timeshare thing. If you buy them now. Can you imagine? To white people. And when they say buzz off, it will just go to another person. Buzz off, you go to another. And I call and say, Paul, come. Why you they walk like this? Why you they walk like mad person? You know what he said? What changed my life forever? He calls me Francis. He said, Francis, me, I know as I take leave village, oh, me, I know sendo. That word is like I've never heard it before. The same word that is common was what opened up my heart. The same thing I'm telling you. Some of you know how you left your family. You know how your mom struggled to send you through school. You know how they put money together to put you where you are. And you are sending that person. Tell your neighbor, I don't send you. You are sending that girl that her mother, her father is rich. You are sending the people that they have uncle and backup. Do you have backup plan? Tell your neighbor, I don't send you. When I heard that, it's like something fell off my face. That is true. Who I know for this place? Who am I sending? I started walking like a madman. Through walking like a madman, I bought the first property, put it on auction, second property, and that was what gave birth to SSF Investment. The same SSF Investment is what gave birth to the Africa's largest entrepreneurship organization. That was what the governor saw that made me a special advisor. Do you see how to connect the dots? If you don't send, if you stop all this shyness, it will connect you to your destiny. Tell your neighbor, I know send. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Somi Smart. Mr. Vice Chancellor, permit me to also recognize and bring to the podium the team leader for First Bank Nigeria is here. A round of applause for Mrs. Olowoniyi Bukola. As you step forward to the high table as one of the partners in this program. Next, Zenith Bank Talk on Entrepreneurship Support Program. Please put your hands together for Ms. Oluwabusayo Obagunwa, team leader for Zenith Bank.
Wow, if you're clapping, clap more, clap better. Sincerely, I don't even know what to say because I came here to sell, but I've been blessed myself. Say, I've been blessed. I've been blessed. All right. I want you to know something. Okay, all protocols duly observed. I want to appreciate my fathers, Professor Owolawi, Professor Obamuyi. He happens to be my lecturer, undergraduate and master's level. Jam your hands together for him. Yes, I also want to appreciate and I want to bless God for having to meet someone like this. Let me tell you something. Opportunity comes just but once. Even though I'm working with a bank, I have a vision for myself, being a finance expert, and every night as I sleep, I keep thinking about it. And just like what my dad has talked about, sustainability. You know, it is a vision of the United Nations to end poverty by the year 2030. And to do that, they have what we call sustainability goals, and there are 17 in numbers. Then I looked at it. If we're talking about goals, what can make your goal come to fulfillment? Number one thing is life. If you don't have life, you cannot achieve your goal. And that is why I looked at climate. If we see, we'll notice that the climate change is becoming worse by the day. And let's imagine in 5 years' time, flood happens in Nigeria, or a volcanic eruption, God forbid. It has been happening in other countries, and it wipes away many people. Are we going to achieve our aims? No. So for me personally, I'm so interested in investment, and I now try to look at where I'm coming from, being a finance expert, and I want to see how I can draw in investments, talking about climate, and link it to finance. Because finance is all about sourcing for funds from the surplus unit to the deficit. So I know in Nigeria and in Africa, we don't have support when it comes to investment. You understand? And our climate is deteriorating by the day. So I'm seeing a way whereby I can use my field to also support sustainability. And I don't know if Dr. Somi here is going to help me with that. So that's by the way. Okay. I'm sent here courtesy of Central Bank, and they gave us a mandate to tutor students about what we call financial literacy. And financial literacy goes pari passu with what we've talked about here, entrepreneurship. I want us to know something. Without finance, entrepreneurship cannot be perfected. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? All right. It means that when you have a vision, when you have a goal of becoming a great entrepreneur, and you don't have finance, you have not started. Do you understand? It's just like having the key or having a goal without having a key, Abby. I don't know how you put it. Okay, there's a key, you don't know the door. So we need finance. But another thing I want you to take home today is that having a financial breakthrough starts from yourself. Do we get that? Having a financial breakthrough starts from you. Say it starts from me. Say it starts from me. And what am I talking about? Many of us here, we are giving funds. Some of us, we can be getting up to 10,000 naira in a week. We can be getting up to 20,000 in a week. Compared to we that were just giving maybe 5,000 naira then, if I can remember very well, for a month, yes. And out of this money I was giving, I still try to save. I won't use myself as an example. I will just take a friend of mine. When we were in school, look at some people are discussing. I remember something, sir. Sir, professor, sir, I want to suggest, whenever a program like this is going on, they should halt anything about lecture. Because as it was going on, I was looking, this place was filled up before, but people started standing up. I don't know where they're going to, but I believe it's for lecture purpose. Because you don't know when your opportunity will come. And it comes in places like this. And if you miss out now, you might miss out forever. So that guy, he saves 1,000 naira every week. When we're in 100 level, I don't have the opportunity. I was saving, but not that much. From every stipend that he's given, he opened an account. He also encouraged me to open an account then. I opened with Access Bank, even though I don't have much, but I was saving too. He saves 1,000 naira every week. Monthly, it becomes 4,000 naira. And in a year, he accumulates over 48,000 naira. And he did that for 4 years. That has given him an amount that was over 200,000. Let me ask you, if that guy should have been an entrepreneur, let's say he was going into tailoring, can't that money afford him a machine? Please answer me. Can't it afford him a sewing machine? So okay, let me take it back to banking now. When an organization comes for loan, we have what we call 6 C's of lending. Have you heard of it before? Anybody? 6 C's of lending. That means when you come for loan, we examine 6 characteristics about the person. But the one thing we check is your capacity. You want to do something. What do you have? What do you have? And you can't give what you don't have, right? So if you say you want to go into a project, let's say the project will cost 500,000. The bank will ask you, what do you have? If you want to invest in something that will cost 500, at least you should be able to even bring, even if it is 20,000 naira. Then they will know that, okay, this person is really serious with this. And the bank can guide you to see how you can go about it. But many of us will live from hand to mouth. Whatever they give to us, we just spend. And we say we have vision. So I want to encourage us today that even as we are living here, we should know that being an entrepreneur, and for us to save our future, we need to save today. I will say, save your future today, save your future tomorrow. Can we say it? Save today, save your future tomorrow. Again, save today, save your future tomorrow. Even if it's as little as 100 naira, if you're saving it daily, I tell you, if you do that for the next 5 years, it will amount to something. And there's nobody you go and meet and say, Daddy, I have this vision, and I have this amount. Even if it's your parents, Daddy, I have 100,000. I want to go into a project of 1 million naira. Even your parents will be encouraged. Even if it means that they will go and sell properties or anything, they will believe that this person has done his or her own quota, and they will be able to go to any extent to support you. So, and for us to do that, I have my colleagues here. I want us to open an account we call Aspire Account, Save for Me. Aspire Account, Save for Me account. That account will do your ATM card for as little as 500 naira. That account can make you to save gradually. We know you are students and we don't expect that you have too much of funds. But the account can get up to 2.5 naira. Then if you have gotten to that maximum limit, then we can now upgrade the account for you. This is an opportunity for you. We'll come here. After opening the account, we'll come back here to give out the cards. So if you just have 500 naira and you have your BVN, I know we have our BVNs on our phone, and your student ID card, we can help you open the account. And my colleagues will be moving around to do that. So I will stop by saying again, save today and save your future tomorrow. Can you tell your neighbor? Thank you so much.
Let's put our hands together again for Ms. Oduabu Sayo Bautua, team leader for Zenith Bank. And Mr. Vice Chancellor, permit me to also invite the team leader for First Bank for her brief remark. Please put your hands together for Mrs. Olowoni Kola.
Great UniMed students, are you sure you are great? I want you to say to the person next to you that as you think in your heart, so you are. Then you say this, that I can do all things through God that strengthens me. Like we've been told before now, I'm Olowoni Bukola from BM First Bank in Ondo here. We've been told before now about innovation and creativity. And this has to do with you. You have to think it. If you think you cannot achieve or you cannot get to a milestone, then you might not probably get there. But if you believe in your heart that the mountain is submersible, then I tell you, you can actually submount it. There is no mountain you cannot submount. There is no situation you cannot walk around. And there is nothing you cannot achieve if you have that willpower. It is true you are in the health sector, but I know you can break boundaries and excel wherever you find yourself. We've seen people that they are not even in the health sector and they have developed app assisting people in health. So if they can dive into your own sector, why can't you also dive into other sectors? It's all about creativity. And I know that your mind is at it. It is something that is easy for us to achieve. But the very bad thing or evil you can do to yourself is to limit yourself. Is to tell yourself that can any good thing come out of you. And if you look at it, it is useful for you academically, like when the last guest speaker was talking, you know, he told us that it is not yet over. You can still achieve what you think is impossible. Your CGP might be low. You can sit up and build it up. The sun that is outside is enough to dry up that wet clothes. And that is the challenge I'm posing to us today. By coincidence, Prof. Obabuyi happens to be one of my lecturers when I was in the university. When he was teaching us then, he did not have the mind that he can, that set he was teaching, he can have 2 first-class graduates at the same time. And that happens to be myself and Felicia. So, what are we saying? Then, it was like, I even got to the campus very late. I don't want to go to that school, I don't want to go to that school, but, well, I found myself in the school. And I spent just a month when others spent 3 months. And right from that first semester, part 1, I had first class. And I said, no, I'm not changing my school again. Let me sit down and build this. And I was able to build that. So you may think that you cannot, but if you have that willpower that I can, then you can. And you will achieve that which seems impossible to you. So do not relent and don't get discouraged. You can make it. Say, I will make it. Others may downtrod you. They may tell you you have nowhere to go. But you tell it to yourself, you say it to yourself that no, something good will come out of me. Many of us, our parents sent us here just to feel, well, maybe something good. Let us just do our best and play our role as parents. Some parents do not even believe in us. It's as worse as that. But then, take that good news home that, Mom, though you may not believe in me, but see this greatness that is coming out of me. And in less than no time, you will all become celebrities in Jesus' name. Well, I also have my members of staff here. And for those of you that are interested in opening account with First Bank, we have some of our staff that have been moving around, maybe outside the auditorium. And some of them are also inside the auditorium. If you are interested, you can signify. They will get to you and you will open the account. Before I leave this place, I want to drop this: financial literacy and financial prudence. Many of us, the pocket money that we lavish is enough for you to start up a trade or to finance that your passion. But the ladies, including the males, instead of you to buy good food, cook and eat, you prefer, there is one beside your Odo campus. What's the name? Crunches, yes. You eat junks. It's aside the health hazard, it's also not grooming you well enough. Create time to cook is part of multitasking. Try to multitask. Eat quality, fresh food. And from there, you will also have enough to save and drive your passion. And many of us, we are also just, we only know about commercial banks. When it comes to financing projects or innovation, it is not only commercial banks that can assist. If your interest is towards agriculture, Bank of Agric can come to your aid. We don't have any in Ondo town, but there is Bank of Agric in Akure, and there is one in Okitipupa. Another one is Bank of Industry. Don't think, it is only big ones that they are assisting. It is not like that. If you are familiar with programs on channels, you will see that Bank of Industry is raising up some people with equipment. Only that you must have good business proposal, and they will look at it, whatever. If they see that there is sense in what you are trying to put up, they will assist you. And what our entrepreneur expert told us the other time is a platform to open you up to other opportunities that can assist you to drive your passion, and before you know it, we will meet you at the top. Thank you.
So, Mr. MC, if I may, while you walk on the stage, just 30 seconds. I got a message now from somebody smart that went to my DM. Write this down, at Sumi Smart, SUMMY SMART. SUMMY SMART. My covenant with God is to always give opportunities to young people. That's my Instagram account. Send the DM on whatever it is, I will take it from there. At Sumi Smart. And whoever, I don't want to call your name, but what you did actually opened the door for many of you. So at Sumismart, SUMMYSMART. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Zenith Bank and First Bank. I just want to solicit your assistance. We have been grappling with the idea of having an ATM for the two campuses here in Ondo, and we want to solicit your assistance regarding that. They are students and they go to POS, the charges are very high, and we are trying to consider the possibility that they can access money here in this campus and Odoshida. Please, we want you to help us in that.
Thank you very much, Ma. Please note that after this timeout, we'll be able to go out for the exhibition on business proposals and innovation presentations that we are having right now outside. We have about 4 or 5 contestants among students of this university. Actually, there are 5 who are competing for this award on innovation. And at the moment, the assessors are there trying to see the business proposals so that they come out with a winner, which will be announced before the end of this program. But just before that, I'm pleased to inform you that we have a message from the Vice Chancellor himself. He has sent in video recording of a short message that will be played on this occasion for us to hear. While we are waiting for the speech of the Vice Chancellor to be ready, may I invite the host for this event, Professor W.O. Owolawi, to step forward and make some presentations to our keynote speaker and our guest speaker. Professor Owolawi.
Thank you. Prof, please can you be upstanding? Thank you very much. On behalf of the university, and particularly from the Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, we are presenting you with this souvenir. How I wish it's full of millions, but it's full of more than a million. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate your lecture, and we appreciate your presence. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Dr. Sumismart. Thank you so much. I think we gave you voice today. The cold or the cough has disappeared. I can see that. But we have to thank you most especially for coming, for finding time in spite of all the troubles, so on and so forth. We really value you, and we hope when next we beckon on you, you will always be present. Thank you very much. On behalf of the university, through the Vice Chancellor, I present this little souvenir to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sincere apologies for the delay. The speech of the Vice Chancellor will soon be ready, but permit me to inform you that we have 5 students competing for this Innovation Award on this occasion. We have for Medwaka, we have Muyiwa Oluwatobi David. We have Ituto in person of Ayodele Oluwatayo and Ezekiel Victor. We have Made in Unimed being presented by Ojolo Benga Tokwe. We have Zoe working on Cleanly, and Medisync by Muyiwa Oluwatobi, meaning Muyiwa Oluwatobi is coming up twice for this award. Very soon the results will be out and it will be announced before the end of this program. The speech of the Vice Chancellor is ready. Professor Adeshegun Olayiwola Fatosi, FNA Med, FAS.
Dear colleagues, good morning, and congratulations to all of us. Good morning on this occasion, and congratulations to all of us on this occasion. The title of this Innovation Day is the title of this Innovation Day. The title, as we may know, is Unleashing the Future through Creative Ideas. Congratulations to all of us for sustainable development in Nigeria. Of our Innovation Day. The title of this Innovation Day is intriguing and is relevant not only to us as an institution, but to our nation of our Center for Entrepreneurship and the title, as you may know, is Unleashing the Future through Creative Ideas and Ingenuity for Sustainable Development. Thank you for putting this together. Let me personally congratulate the host of this program and the chief organizer, Professor W. Owolabi. Thank you, sir, for your leadership. The difference between nations, entrepreneurship, and developed and undeveloped, and I also want to congratulate the co-host, Dr. Iana Shobetonu. The degree to which for putting this together. Address the issue. I personally believe, as a university, that is one of the callings that we have to rise to address the nation's problem through developed and undeveloped. And therefore, I am very excited that we are having this Innovation Day. And I do hope to wish that they address their issue through innovative approaches. As a university, that is one of the callings that we have to rise to address the nation's problem through innovation. And therefore, I am very excited that we are having this Innovation Day. And I do hope that it truly signifies our desire, our passion, our commitment as management to the idea of innovation. It also hopefully will push the agenda to the next level in terms of promoting innovation in our universities. I'm often reminded of the story of the University of Florida, one of the stories that have inspired me over the years, and its development of a drink called Gatorade. That was a drink, and I of the University of Florida, one of the stories that have inspired me over the years, and its development of the University of Florida, one of the stories that have of the University of Florida, one of the stories that have inspired me over the years, and its development of a drink called Gatorade. That was a of the University of Florida, one of the stories that our sportsmen are being affected on daily with it. Can you create a drink that can improve their resistance to it? They can perform better even when they don't eat. And they came up with the solution of course, that it's just about replacing the sodium and replacing the salt that was lost and blah, blah. And that drink, which was named after their sports team actually, became such a phenomenal success. So much across America, learning about the positive effect of that drink, began to order for it. And across America, people who are not even sport world saw a need for that. That's the power of innovation. I'm just choosing one simple story to illustrate that we have the power, we have the ability. There are air problems around us. We may not be producing drugs, but is it not possible that our team in food science, along with our team in nutrition and dietetics, will be able to create food and materials and other nutritional materials that respond to the need of our people with diabetes, with hypertension, and the rest? Is it not possible for our department of computer to come up with some solutions that can improve our teaching methods, electronic-based teaching method, that in teaching anatomy, physiology, and the rest of it, we have materials that respond to our need more and enable our students to learn better? Is it not possible, dear friends, that our department in community health, even as it's doing today, driving the agenda for sustainable primary care, will truly make that model something that is so successful that across the country it will be copied, and is it not possible for our chemistry department to come up with products, just as I read recently about the Youngstown University, where one of the scientists, a chemist, came up with a material that removes pharmaceutical products from tap water and make water better. It's not possible for our chemistry to do that. It's not possible for our physics to come up with solutions that will enable us to reduce the exposure to radiation. I can go on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear friends, we all have the power. Someone said our mind is our Google. We can do it if we put our mind in. And that's a university. And I can tell you that this management is committed to pushing the border of innovation. We are committed not just for people to publish papers and get promotion. I think the power of our work, research work, is actually the degree to which we are transforming life. Already we have shown that commitment through the STEM program we are doing for secondary schools. Already we have seen secondary school students through our support, through our funding, through our partnership, able to come up with products year after year. And we have given today under that program, they are given 500,000 to the student the school that come first. And we are spending over $1 million in prices to just support young people in secondary school to be able to innovate. If people in secondary school in Ondo can do that, if young people, young scholars can do that in secondary schools, what then will be the problem of us not being able to innovate at the level of our university? I think that we must rise to that challenge today, and we must go forth with the spirit that we can conquer, we can innovate, we can transform, we can make the life of people, the life of our environment, the life of our institution better through our innovations. And this is not just about staff and students, academic and non-academic. We all have the power to make that difference. One of my favorite figures, a former president of prime minister of Israel, would say, if any group of people say it cannot be done, tell them it's not true. It can be done. Everything is possible. I want to just charge us to say, please, let's go forward with the mind of innovation. Let's be a university that truly demonstrates that innovation counts, innovation matter. And I wish to say that even as we begin to look at our promotion criteria, I think it is time we give a lot of weight to innovation. People that come up with patents should be able to earn accelerated promotion. That is one way we should be able to reward them, and we should be able to encourage them. I do hope that the committee that will be working on our revised criteria will take note of some of this. And let me end finally with saying, for innovations and materials that have potentials for going forward, we will be willing as an institution to put our money behind it, to support taking it to the next level. I want to thank you, dear friends, and I want to thank you again, our leaders in the Center for Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation, and our team leaders in our co-op project, which is something that I already demonstrated our potential for truly being able to be an innovation university. Let's go forward and truly let our research speak for us. Let it transform life. Let innovation come forth from being made, and let it be known that we are an institution with distinction. Thank you. God bless. And I apologize that I cannot be with you today physically. As I explained yesterday at another program, I am out on a mission, on a development mission, representing the university, where an international development partner is sponsoring 4 Nigerian universities through the competitive concept paper we submitted. And we are exploring partnership with a number of other universities that have been brought together across 5 countries. I do hope that the reward and the fallout of this visit will also contribute to our potential for partnership and potential for innovation. Thank you very much, great UNIMED staff, wonderful UNIMED students. We are out to make a difference. And thank you. Thank you.
only that one. Now only that one. This is the how they go do event like this. Please be on your seats. You'll be served on your seats, not at the door. Go to your seats. Thank you very much. We have the final results by the lead examiner for this exercise in person of Professor Victor Olusegun Ashekunwowo. A round of applause for him.
Thank you very much. We have the result of the innovations presented by 5 groups of students. The first innovation presented was by Muiwa O, and the name of the innovation is Medwaka. So, Medwaka was scored by about 5 or 6 examiners. The average score of Medwaka is 69. The second innovation presented was by Ayodele O and Ezekiel Victor. The name of that innovation, I think it's the business name actually, is e-tutor. The average scored by e-tutor is 73.40. The third innovation was made by Eniola Oluwatosin, and the business name is Clinky. Clinky scored 70.60. The next innovation presented was by Ojologbenga. The name of the business name is Made in Unimed. And Made in Unimed has scored 58.20. The next innovation was presented by Muyiwa O again. The business name is Medisync. Medisync scored 33.20. So in terms of ranking, e-tutor was ranked number 1. Clinky was ranked number 2. Medwaka was ranked number 3. Made in Unimed was ranked number 4, while Medisync was ranked number 5. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. Okay. So, the different participants, I believe you are all here. Okay, so as announced by our distinguished elder professor, Professor Victor Ashekunwo, so I will now pass the mic over to Professor Owolawi to announce the prize for the different categories of winners. So let me get the document passed from Prof to, thank you very much, sir. So Prof.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ashenuga, and thank you most sincerely, Professor Ashekowo and the team of assessors. I think you have done a very thorough job, which we all appreciate. Well, it's okay. According to these independent assessors, Medwaka scored a total of 69. I don't have to repeat that. Please, can you come forward? This carries a price of 100,000. Please, can you say? Congratulations. Eniola Oluwatosin scored 20.60, and you are in a second position. You've won a cash prize of 150,000. Congratulations. And the overall winner is Ayodele O and Ezekiel Victor with a average total of 73.40. The two of you have done very well, and your prize is 250,000. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Well done.
Congratulations. Let me give the vote of thanks.
So, going forward, let me just take the vote of thanks because of our time. So, on behalf of the Center for Entrepreneurship, Development and Innovation, and also the Institute for Health Humanities, we appreciate everybody for attending the maiden edition of the University Innovation Day. And we assure you that going forward, by this time next year, we will be having better innovations. We will have more prize awards for distinguished students according to different categories. And we also want to tell you that you are not too young to dream, but it's not enough to dream, but bring that dream to reality. And that is why we pride ourselves in UNIMED, and we believe that there's something hidden in you. Like the guest speaker said today, that education is the key, entrepreneurship, but I will also add innovation is the door. So don't stop thinking and don't stop creating things. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you very much.
May I request that we be on our feet as we take the anthems to close the ceremony. We start with the university anthem, thereafter the state anthem, and finally the national anthem. First, UNIMED anthem.
So, all the courseware, please, once the anthem has been done, you wait behind to submit your signed attendance as indicated to you all. Thank you. The national anthem.
UNIMED anthem, please. UNIMED anthem. It's coming up.
Yeah, in your pouch.
Thank you very much. Next is the national anthem.
trendybeats.com.
What I do with my life? If you know like I'm quick Fatima. Kukaye, what I do with my money? If I go broke, I go contain them. Okay, thanks for your concern. I can manage it, so no worry about me, worry about your airline. Underrated, but I'm still cashing out. You go shock, you say I get money past your faith. Oh, my G, Shuluwo to spend on your own. My G, on my day on. My G, Shuluwo to spend on your own. My G, on my day on. Kokaye, if you rubbish my talent, no be you I sing for, no be your apartment. I can guess say you stay with your mommy and daddy. At 35, what's by you? Kokaye, if I know in Grammy, I go still in Grammy. Repete, to my poor vitamin C, my two vitamin C, all for me. Oh, my G, Shuluwo to spend on your own. My G, on my day on. My G, Shuluwo to spend on your own. My G, ọmọdé ọ̀hún. Kokaye, if you get 35 houses, now only one house you go stay at once. And when you die, then go sell all and use the money buy moto. Bash me 1 month. Kokaye, if I step on you, go the next level. Ayo fair, mago. Yellow, yellow, oh.
More music on trendybeats.com.
It's Maestro on the beat, baby.